Alright. Okay, we are live. What is up, learners, earners, and everyone grinding for that XP After Dark? Tonight is Wednesday, July 16th, 2025. Welcome to the third episode of After Hours Advising, where we make sense of school, work, and whatever boss fights life throws at you this week. I'm your host, Nate, the Gaming Advisor. Tonight we're talking about Donkey Kong getting back on the Switch 2, Steam's cleaning house, community college clinics are thriving, students are co-designing their careers. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. We got it. So yeah, what is up, everybody? Like I said, I'm Nate, the Gaming Advisor, certified college and career advisor with a decade of experience in higher education, admissions, advising, and career services. Got a lot to talk about today. Donkey Kong, like I mentioned, is back up on the Switch, back up on the top of Nintendo. It had a 10 out of 10 rating from Insider Game Network. We're going to take a look at their review, see why they're calling this next Donkey Kong a masterpiece, and if it's going to be worth convincing me to buy Switch 2 earlier than what I would have thought to buy it. We'll see. Then with Steam Cleaning House, which I was skimming through the article, but I think some pretty interesting stuff right there as to updates to some rules, regulations, and the havoc it's causing onto some publishers, which maybe it's for the best. We'll see. Got some news on the higher education front that some good news. Some good news. We're going to focus on the good news. It's just something. That's bad. It's bad, but everything will be okay. Alright, that's all you gotta. That's all I keep on saying. You just gotta tell yourself that everything's gonna be okay. At the end of the day, there's nothing that they can do. There's other ways to still help other people out. And where I'm at, I'm in a community college, and so our programs focus on the types of programs that legislation's trying to promote. So I feel pretty good about where I'm at currently. But I could definitely imagine spaces where like the majority of like liberalized colleges and stuff like that are under the gun. Proverbial. But before we start getting into all the news and the notes, let's go ahead and segue on into the only thing that makes sense as we're kicking things off, our patch notes. Oh, it's finished. Okay. I was going to transition onto the other screen, but I hadn't swapped over yet. We are definitely going to take a look at what's going on here. I'm trying out Meld's multi-chat function. I'm not really sure exactly how else to utilize it. You know what? Let's take a look at that right now, actually. Figuring out how it works as we're actually using it, so great. For Twitch and YouTube. So I guess all I really got to do is just click on there, and I got to wait for people to. Oh, that's why I was trying to somebody say something. It doesn't matter. And so, can't even reply right from meld. Oh, okay, that's where I gotta go. So, preferences, user interface. I probably should have messed with that earlier. What are some stream multi-chat platforms? This is kind of going off subject because there was one that I did that I cannot remember. Is it Faster Labs? It is. I cannot remember the name of that thing. It's like, how am I supposed to beat my chat? I'll pull that other stuff up. Get this thing up and running. I'm professional, I promise. I know, yeah, Donkey Kong Bananza review. 10 out of 10. So let's see. How long is this thing? This thing is 19 minutes long. I don't think we're going to watch that whole game. We're not going to watch the whole thing. Okay. But we will definitely have that playing in the background. So just take a look at the gameplay here. And for me, everybody else anybody else who's ever played the original Donkey Kong, just kind of seeing the level of where it is at this point. Never really seen like a newer age 3D version other than the side scroller platformer that we've all grown accustomed to. At least I haven't played any of the other, if they have made one that I just wasn't aware of. So this is really cool. Well, you just take a look at the scope, how big this Donkey Kong world is, the level of detail that they can go into now with all the technology that they got with the Switch 2. Let's see what they even have to say.
Intentional and well-designed its dense vertical layers are. Visual cues masterfully draw your eye to areas worth exploring, similar to how veteran Zelda players know to place a bomb in front of any suspicious cracks.
Oh, okay. So after a little bit, you kind of figure it out.
Chuck an explosive boom rock at it, and there's a good chance you'll reveal a new path to explore. Sure,
A boom rock.
The nature of these maps means you can occasionally happen upon a collectible by skipping the intended puzzle entirely and just carving a tunnel straight to it. But in my experience, it didn't happen that often. It fits with modern Nintendo trends seen in games like Tears of the Kingdom, where the designers don't care how you get from point A to point B as long as you have fun doing it. On the other hand, Bananza smartly walls off most of its main objectives behind terrain the nefarious Void Kong has turned indestructible, so it's not like DK can just punch his way straight to the end.
Okay, I was gonna say, you could just punch your way through the whole thing dang game and just not even really go through the puzzles. Ooh, cool. The way you could just kind of like destroy the entire world around it. Okay, so it makes sense, because then you don't want to just be digging around for nothing for no reason. Okay, so this got a 90, or a Metacritic, a 10 out of 10. There's actually early whispers of this being game of the year. Seen as a masterpiece, a new flagship for Switch 2. It's expansive sandbox platforming meets classic 3D adventure. And so this type of platformer, like in a 3D scope, is something that you really haven't seen this type of care, I would say, since Mario. I would say, since Mario. Really kind of showcasing, with this being like the other main game, because when the first game had to be Mario Kart. Everybody been waiting for Mario Kart for so long. This one being the second major release, I guess original release, because I know they had other major releases on here, but they were like from games that were on other platforms, but this one being a staple in the Nintendo lineup with Donkey Kong, showcasing its value in platformers again. Trying to think of other platformers that you might be able to pick up on that we haven't touched in a little bit. I know my son's been playing the heck out of Kirby. He's got like, I forget which two he has already. But yeah, he's living the heck out of those, having a lot of fun with them. That's that type of, that level of platforming. Even with that one, with that necessarily being like more of a side scroller than this would look like it is. What is this? This is on YouTube. This dude saying Bananza is one of the best 3D platformers he's ever played, ever. I think it just, even just from, you can customize your skin, you can customize your outfit. Console-defining platformer. That's such a statement right there. One of the best 3D platformers I've ever played. Sprawling playground constructed. Its levels are called layers, and each one is a sprawling playground constructed to maximize the potential of DK's destructive abilities. Okay, cool. Fresh ideas from a platformer. Oh my god, why is I gotta play that? Okay, commercials. I just got out of that other one. Okay, this one is even longer, 51 minutes. Okay, we're not gonna watch that. I thought they were gonna have like a little review clip thingy. It's way too much. I'm gonna sit through all that. Either way, this is looking amazing. Just the way like I said, the scale of the world that you're going through, and from what it sounds like, you're able to kind of build your own path, while at the same time not necessarily being lost without any sense of direction. Like in some, it was not necessarily, what was it? But those are like Souls-like game where they just kind of drop you in the middle of everything and just like, yeah, you go figure it out. Oh, look at this. This is what I'm used to right here. This kind of view. The side-scrolling view, the barrels. Just look at all the different types of characters you come across. Going Bananza. Let's see what they got to say about this.
A variety of time-limited power-up statements. NACE. Kong Bananza is essentially a souped-up version of DK, who can disintegrate harder materials which usually need a boom rock to break through. Zebra Bananza is all about speed, while Ostrich Bananza lets you glide through the air. The character designs are hilarious, and each Bananza is accompanied by a catchy tune performed by Pauline.
Oh, all these characters that you can ride the ostrich. Oh man. Bananergy.
For example, the puzzle to grab this gem surrounded by poison water can be entirely skipped by simply gliding to it. That features Nintendo's recent love of designing puzzles where any solution that works is the correct one. But the energy is so plentiful that using transformations can occasionally feel cheap compared to the part of actually figuring it all out. I was usually able to restrain myself when using these overly streamlined options, but if you were unable to resist Tears of the Kingdom's convenient but boring cover bites, I can see there being a dangerous temptation.
I don't get the gaming community sometimes when it's just like, if you don't make this game as difficult as you possibly make it on yourself, then you're not having fun with the game. And it's just like, well, maybe, I know he's not saying that verbatim, but at the same time, it's just any sense of like making adjustments to make it easier on yourself, it's just like bad. But at the same time, Nintendo sees this as an opportunity to let people play the game however they want. Maybe they do want to just skip over through all the puzzles and get from one area to the next, just to see the progression of the story. You gotta get some boss fights in this thing. That's really cool. I was like, they're gonna give the very end of the thing. So it looks like, yes, they got a 10 out of 10 game that I am definitely hoping to try out. But a 20-hour campaign, unforgettable finale that cements this as one of the best 3D platformers he's ever played. What up? I don't know what that means. So yeah, that is Donkey Kong Bananza coming out. That's very exciting. Next story on the docket that we got going on is Steam beginning to remove games after updating its publishing rules. Do I know how to make sushi? Yes, I made sushi before. It's been a long time. The hardest part is having the rice ready ahead of time. Sometimes I just feel like having it at the moment. So Steam is tightening its belt on adult content policy for payment networks. So far it's removed over 20 games. Rules vague, developers uncertain what's allowed. And so I guess that's where, I'm sure if there was anything that they were out of policy for, that's what the developers are saying, that if just uncertain of what they did. But when your content gets unlisted by bank rules, that seems kind of awkward. But at the same time, this kind of hones in on the idea of platform dependency, of predictable moderation. Let's kind of see if we can kind of. Steam has removed some adult-oriented games from its storefront that violate updated guidelines. While Steam still continues to contain a repository of adult-only games, the storefront is starting to crack down on specific content that game developers are allowed to publish. While rules that prohibit games containing hate speech, defamatory statements, or similarly egregious content from being published on Steam have long been in place, a 15th rule was added that targets specific adult-only content. Per the updated Steam rules, this change applies to content that may violate rules and standards set forth by Steam's payment processors and related card networks and banks, or internet network providers. Oh wow. However, it is not clear how narrowly or broadly this rule will apply to mature rated games. So it's not, Steam's like, it's not us, it's the people who are handling all the money that we work with. They may not like it having to do with your content. But at the same time, I wonder what they're, if it's vague. Let's see. Payment processors terms from some games. Okay, that's what I just read, yeah. Started removing various games, all of the games adult only and are very difficult to obtain. Okay. I mean, if it's going to be curating its storefront, these are games that I definitely do not bother me in regards to like, oh my gosh, this is going to affect my favorite games or anything like that. But then you try to think of like the implications of like this part right here, content that may violate the rules and standards set forth by Steam's payment processors and related card networks and banks or internet network providers. So, yeah, this isn't really going to be affecting, but you try to think of what this part might mean when it comes to content that might violate the rules and standards set forth by Steam's payment processors. So, Steam's payment processors are the ones that are setting forth the rules in regards to what they're going to be associating with. So we're just gonna keep an eye on what that could possibly mean in regards to that. I want to see a better breakdown of that. I want to see a breakdown of that statement right here. So yeah. Oh, crypto-related games could definitely. So this is what I was thinking of when you talk about violating the rules and standards set forth by Steam's payment processors and related card networks and banks or internet network providers. That's very vague, and its enforcement could affect not right now. It's targeting just the adult-only games, and so a lot of people might just be like, "Oh, not a big deal. I don't look at those things anyways." Right? It's you. No, open up your Steam library right now. But yes, it's one of those things that try to think of what type of other implications this could be affecting. Again, other types of games that I may not necessarily be interested in, but I know other people might. And at the same time, maybe this is why they're kind of cracking down on some of this stuff when you talk about crypto-related games. Payment processors like Visa and MasterCard often have strict rules against crypto gambling or play-to-earn models, and so the game's payment process is centered around the idea of crypto-related currency. That could be an issue for that game. Maybe. We don't know. For games with like blockchain elements, NFTs, crypto-based economies may be delisted or blocked, and they may not recognize it until it actually happens. I'm sure they'll get some warnings or something, but if their whole system is built around that, like, you can't just make a pivot like that. Gambling and loot boxes. So digital gambling content, even simulated, could run afoul of banking or legal guidelines depending. So this is not saying this isn't already happening, this is saying this could happen based on its publishing rules centered around the idea of its payment processors, banks, or network providers. Politically sensitive or banned themes. So banks and internet service providers sometimes restrict transactions or access for controversial content. Games addressing maybe extreme political violence or anything like banned ideologies might get flagged. You just never know with this administration. You just never know. In general, you just never know with any administration. You don't want to give that type of power. And I mean, like, hey, just delist. I know we're just talking about delisting games here, so it's not like the end of the world or anything, but at the same time, slippery slope. Slippery slope. So you gotta be careful not to slide down. Games from certain regions can also be affected, so sanctions or financial restrictions may affect games developed in or tied to embargoed countries. Kind of putting some restrictions on those developers, and so this at the same time, like all of this could happen. Because ultimately, what this all means is that it gives Valve flexibility to block any game that might put its financial relationships at risk, not just mature rooted ones. So I would say, possibly expect impacts on crypto, gambling, any sort of topics that could be considered too political or too sexual or too regionally sensitive. So keep an eye on that, see how that might affect everything in the long run. So we're going to move on into the higher ed patch notes. Eventually I'm going to get a sense where I'm like, every set of patch notes will have a different background. We'll get there. And this is something that's pretty exciting. It's always seen the trend on the downward end for the year over year over year over year over year. For once, public confidence in higher education has increased. We did it, y'all. This channel. It's the whole reason. No, I'm just kidding. But no, yeah, that's good news to see. So confidence is up from 36% to 42%. So it's still less than half, but it's up for the first time in a decade rather than going downward. So, and I'm just glad it didn't get to zero, because it was like eventually you start going up. Surge tied to research excellence and global reputation. Oh, so not only did more people express confidence, fewer people expressed lack of confidence. So we're going up on the good spots and going down on the bad spot. Wait, no. Only 23% said they had little or no confidence in colleges, down from 32% last year. It even says even Republicans grew more confident. Some, 26%, expressed confidence, 6-point uptick from last year, while Democrats and Independents posted virtually the same rates of increase. They remained much more likely to feel confident in higher education to begin with. 61% of Democrats, 41% of Independents expressed confidence in the sector. So implications for this, we'll see in the long run. But at the end of the day, small gains matter, all right? Little by little, the journey of 1,000 steps begins with step 1. It's flipping its head on the public perception that everybody hates us. I feel like there's a lot that kind of goes into it. There's a lot of assumptions that can go into this. I think one thing that kind of put people to the challenge of, especially like when you see defunding of different programs, you see defund when people are like, what do colleges even research anyway? Why do they even need all these grants? Don't they have huge tuitions and huge endowments? Like, why do they even need these grants? What are these grants for? And little did they know. Little by little started doing following where the money was going, and realized it was going in to research. Researching what? Oh, this is probably some dumb. I mean, at one point, I feel like there's people researching it to find what it is whatever it is that's gonna prove their point. But either way, I think it got people more interested in what does all this money research. Like, what are they researching? How does it benefit us? And I think on one end you had people that were trying to disprove that the research that they were doing was beneficial, and on the other end you had people that were trying to prove that the research is beneficial. But I think at the end of the day, it looks like in general there's been an uptick in green, that the research excellence, global reputation is very important. But at the same time, it also showcases how, like, just spreading awareness of how this research is going down. Because I think if you're involved in higher education, and if you're involved in what the research topic is about, like, these are things that you're like, I already know about these things. But to the general public, how do you showcase this information? But at the same time, who's looking for it other than people who are involved in the research? And so I think just publicizing the impact of research in practical ways. It's good to see trust in universities, the trust in higher education institutions going up. Political distrust is still high, but at the end of the day, you see what the administration is right now and what they're doing to the Department of Education. So it's understandable that might have a little bit of a bias into their confidence level. So we'll take that as a negative, a positive, a net positive. Another positive note from higher education is this student-run clinic that addresses healthcare shortage. So, Widener University's community clinic is run by graduate health science professional students. So they launched a community clinic serving hundreds of people. These are hands-on clinics for PA students, trying to assist with shortages in the area. So when you talk about experiential learning, being able to get that hands-on experience while at the same time providing a service to the community that's desperately in need. Before the clinic was established, physical therapy students at Widener would volunteer at a pro bono clinic in nearby Philadelphia, but students pushed for a clinic within Chester, which is considered a primary healthcare professional shortage area, meaning it lacks enough providers to serve the local population. For some patients, a lack of health insurance can impede their ability to receive care in Pennsylvania, blah, blah, blah. The clinic is led by a board of 12 to 14 students from each class and supervised by faculty and community members who are licensed physical therapists. Students begin service in their second semester of the program and participate in the clinic until their final clinical placement. Most clients are referred by a physician but have been turned away from local PT clinics due to a lack of health insurance or because they exceeded the allotted insurance benefits for physical therapy. Wow. What a rewarding return of investment in some experiential learning. When you talk about the direct impact of funding these types of programs and these types of things, aye. The Chester Community Clinic was founded in 2009 for physical therapy services, but has since expanded to cover other health and wellness services, including occupational therapy, speech-language pathology. The clinic gives these students studying in the field leadership opportunities, experience working with diverse clients, the confidence to tackle their professional careers. Wow. Wowie, wow. The impact. Since the clinic began in 2009, students have provided over 12,000 physical therapy appointments to community members, worth about $1.3 million in costs, according to the 2024 press release from the university. Wow. Wowie, wow. They're prepared. Wow, okay, so this is amazing. This pro bono clinic, class of 24. Both Widener and students in the health science professions continue to support the development of other pro bono clinics. The class of 2015 created the Pro Bono Network, facilitating advancement of student-run pro bono services among 109 member institutions across the country. This past spring, Widener's annual Pro Bono Network Conference welcomed 250 individuals working at or affiliated with pro bono clinics and featured 32 student leaders presenting their work. Wow, the Pro Bono Network. They got their next clinic coming up, or the next conference coming up in March of next year. That is amazing. Student-run clinics. think this really serves as a model for how community and higher institutions of higher education can be very symbiotic in their relationship, serving one another. We provide career training opportunities for students and early career professionals, while at the same time providing a huge community impact. 12,000 physical therapy appointments, over $1.3 million in cost. This experiential learning opportunity, Widener University, is definitely a win-win for everybody involved. And last but not least on the docket today, taking a look at an article from the National Association of Colleges and Employers, taking a look at career readiness from the student perspective. So this article shares early findings from a 3-year study on how students define and, So this is an article from the National Association of Colleges and Employers showcasing the scared me. I thought you were asleep. So this is showcasing students' career readiness from the student's perspective. And so this article from the top. So we're going to be sharing an article from the National Association of Colleges and Employers talking about career readiness from the student's perspective. This is findings from a 3-year study on how students define and experience communication readiness as they prepare for the workforce. Communication readiness. Oh, that's a big skill to have for sure. The research, grounded in a redesigned organizational communication capstone course. Oh, that's why, the communications course. Highlights student-identified concerns, including conflict, identity, emotional labor, and workplace ambiguity that are often overlooked in traditional career preparation. Rather than viewing communications as a polished skill set, students called for more adaptive, relational, and ethical grounds for grounded support. While a manuscript presenting the findings for communication faculty is currently under review for publication, this piece focuses on takeaways career services professionals and employers can apply now. Okay, so career readiness from a student perspective isn't like knowing how to do the job itself, but it's more so conflict resolution, internal co-workers, sense of identity in the workplace, emotional labor, and workplace ambiguity. So those are the things in traditional career preparation. Like, how do you prepare for those types of things other than experiencing them and surviving like I did? So navigating conflict can be a big topic in and of itself right there, because oh my gosh, that is definitely another one of those things where you gotta be really careful with navigating conflict, because you can definitely steamroll your way through a lot of things, but at the same time, what type of reputation you're building up for yourself. While at the other end of the spectrum, you don't want to be a pushover, where nobody's going to take you seriously, nothing's ever going to get done that you wanted to get done. Or when you just add the idea of emotional labor that goes into this, like, it's not just the physically demanding these toxic work environments, no matter how much the pay is. The emotional labor of having to go through those types of work environments can be a lot. And not even just that, when you talk about the emotional labor of some of these really demanding, like we were just talking about healthcare and these clinics And so you just think about the emotional labor that goes into not on top of the physical labor of, you got people's lives on the line, maybe not at the physical therapy clinic, but in other healthcare settings and other high-risk careers. Well, not high-risk careers, but just careers dealing with very emotionally traumatic situations. Sense of identity is really rough in regards to, like, especially when you talk about intersectionality of different cultures, different beliefs, different I'm just the cross of it all and ambiguity of the job, which can lead to lack of a sense of purpose, which can lead to a lot of other negative connotations and thought processes. So this study shows that soft skills like communication aren't optional, they're essential. So we might even think another category of, essential skills, like maybe the career competencies that we have right now. These are the essential skills. And the soft skills would be some of these other things that we're talking about right now, the navigating conflict, emotional labor, identity, work ambiguity. What do you think? Because ultimately, I think at the end of the day, employers need to understand the idea of emotional intelligence and not just expect it for their employees to just to navigate the trauma on their own, figure it out. But on the other end of it too, employers want you to come to the table. They don't want to be a therapist. They don't want to have to help you figure these sorts of things out for you. So having a strong sense of emotional intelligence goes a long way on top of the skills that you bring to the table. Emotional intelligence, I think when we're talking about the competencies, the career competencies that can go into career and self-development, is just the sense of self-awareness, strengths and weaknesses, things of that nature. And sometimes it's not a matter of it's a matter of coaching, just like any other skill. So these soft skills are things that it's just a matter of talking it through, and it doesn't always have to be a professional coach. It's just your support. Think of who's your natural support group: your friends, family, professional mentors. But if you don't have any of that and you need a coach, you know where to find it. Have those types of conversations, talking it out, pulling out the skills that you really didn't realize that you had it all along in your heart. So career readiness is something that is constantly being redefined. Not necessarily redefined, but just added layer, a deeper sense of understanding of what does it mean to be career ready. And for these students, the career readiness isn't necessarily an aspect of how to do the job or communication, critical thinking, the typical soft skills that you think of. Those soft skills are actually now considered essential skills, especially the communication and critical thinking. Those are the two most essential skills that you can have. What these students are saying in this 3-year study is that the things that they use to define career readiness is the idea of navigating conflict. How do you deal with emotional labor, your sense of identity, and ambiguity in work. These are some things that you hope that you don't fall into these types of situations, but at the same time, it's not really, because in the career services, I mean, there's certain times where these types of things get brought up. I think of students that I've worked with as an advisor, and they're just like, sir, I really want to drop this class. This teacher's a jerk, blah, 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 blah. They don't say blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I'm just trying to all the other things that they say on top of doing it. So yeah, there's students that I work with that so building essential skills, or these soft skills like navigating conflict, these are things that just needs to be iterated to a student, that things that you're going through now are going to be applicable in the workforce. You're in a class, teacher's not the nicest person in the world, but at the end of the day, you can't just drop a class for every rude teacher that you got. You can't just quit a job for every rude boss that you might have. And so the idea of being comfortable with that sense of uncomfortableness, knowing that ultimately you probably don't get along with that professor if you were to hang out, and that's okay. How do you navigate that sense of conflict while still maintaining that professional decorum, especially that professional relationship between student and professor? Because even at the end of the day, boss can't just treat you however they want, just like a professor can't treat you however they want. Unless they're maybe like the owner of the company or anything like that, then you gotta really, I don't know, you gotta second professor if they really treat you. Yeah, you gotta get on with that. And on top of that. But that again is something that's not really 100% discussed in our everyday workshops. The sense of emotional labor, especially when you talk about navigating toxic workplaces, what do they say about it? When we center students, ooh, that's the ultimate question students were trying to ask themselves. Can I succeed here without losing myself? Yes, I made $1 million, but at what costs? These are high stakes questions. They're not addressed by mock interviews or resume critiques alone. As part of the study, students were asked how we can provide what they're asking for. Okay, so let's see if I can get a clip out of this. So we're taking a look at a report published by, we're taking a look at an article from the National Association of Colleges and Employers that's reporting on a 3-year study, taking a look at career readiness from the student's perspective. And so from the student's perspective, you have your career competencies, you have your soft skills right now. Those are like the critical thinking, communications, teamwork, things of that nature. On top of that, okay, let's try it again. This 3-year study takes a look at students' definition of what does it mean to be career ready. From the student's perspective, career readiness centers around the idea of navigating workplace conflict, sense of identity, emotional labor, workplace ambiguity. And what they say we can be doing as employers and institutions of higher education, career services, is offer real world scenarios, more of those while they're in a college setting, while they're in a learning setting. They want to role play through conversations, practice navigating difficult team dynamics, learn how to advocate for themselves. Okay, so real world scenarios where we're having the students through those types of things. My brain's already kind of turning. More exposure to messy workplaces. Ask for guest speakers who can talk candidly about burnout, dysfunction, how to navigate toxic environments. Oh my gosh, if we can bring that to the students so they can figure out, because at the end of the day, you can't, you look for the jobs that's going to provide you the best types of opportunity, not just financially, but mentally and all the way around. But if you do find yourself in a toxic situation, it's not just as easy as like, oh, I'm just going to quit my job. It's just leave. How do you navigate that if you can't leave as soon as you thought you were going to be able to leave? More opportunities for reflection. Students see the value in writing about their insecurities, discussing past missteps, getting feedback in low-stakes environments. So that's definitely on the higher education aspects of it when you add the low-stakes aspects to it. More respect modeled. Students notice how the adults in their lives treat them and each other. They want institutions to model the respect, inclusive communication that we preach. Across the board, they weren't asking for hand-holding, they were asking for honesty, support, and a chance to practice. And so for us, that means we're going to have to embed real-world scenarios into our programming, that students help shape the content, so hearing from them exactly what it is that they are nervous about. What are you nervous about when it comes to your career? What situations would you want to walk through of, and how do you define career readiness? And in some cases, teach the hidden curriculum explicitly. Workplace norms often go unspoken, especially those around communication. Many students haven't been taught how to follow up professionally, read tone in digital messages, or exit conversations gracefully. You're just kind of sitting there just like, yeah, it's a hidden curriculum. So these are things that are incorporated into the students every day that they may not necessarily realize it's actually happening. So that's some good stuff, y'all. That article is definitely something that can help reshape the idea of what is career readiness. And so what we think of soft skills now would be considered essential skills. And what should be considered soft skills would be things like, what should be considered soft skills would be things like what we're talking about here in the article. So we're gonna play some video games, because I think that's about as much as I can talk about this kind of stuff. But I think that's a good breakdown. We had some good news with the Kong Bananza. Steam removing the game and its implication, not just for those adult games, but also other games that could upset their banking partners and internet service providers. Public confidence in higher education on the uprise. Students running clinics, providing service to the community, pro bono work, and how students are defining career readiness. That was a good thing. I came with the less than an hour. Damn, imagine if I put more work in that. Imagine. Something that we haven't played in a while. I haven't really played any player versus player games in a while. started, we're gonna go ahead and try this out. See if it launches. Without blowing up my computer. Ooh. Well, that was about scary. So we're getting ready for this to start. Okay, there it goes. Sometimes my speakers pop and I have no idea exactly why. What makes them do that? So how about you out there? Oop. Where did we start? Is that what that was? Yeah, it looks like I gotta restart everything up here. Whoopsie, everybody, welcome back. We are live here on the gaming portion of the After Hours Advising. We'll do some deathmatch runs. Having some fun. Flipgate 2 we haven't played in a while, so we'll see how rusty I may be. But ultimately, having fun trying this out again. Oh, what's up, Filter? There's my city in the background. Hometown. How's it been, brother? Hope all is been well. We were just doing some chatting, yapping it out. Some pretty good topics. Taking a look at the new Donkey Kong game that was going to be coming out. A lot of really cool stuff. Students redefining their sense of what does it mean to be career ready. That's always exciting to hear. But I've just been chilling. We are towards the tail end of the summer. A couple more weeks coming up on August, and then it's just a downhill slide from the start of this to the start of the semester. How's your summer been going? Make any summer trips? Ooh, okay, so that was an easy start. Dude came flying in over here without really double checking who was where.
New power weapon in the arena.
Got him. I think I want this one. See if I can get up there before anybody else gets up there. Yeah. Try it. Keep on tagging them, but not finishing them. Scare me like that. This gun is cool because you can get like a little two-shotter off. We'll go one right after the other. Pop, pop. Oh, they got me. Oh, where are you shooting at? Ooh, slide, I'm sliding. Ooh, ooh. Okay. There it goes. Woo-hoo! Oh. Ooh, almost got him for chasing. But he chased me down. I was gonna try to throw a grenade in his face. That did not work. So we're up slightly. Still anybody's game at this point, but so far doing pretty good. Checking out the rest. How dare you? Ooh, not me, friend.
I'm convinced that the current spread of belief in magic and the occult is part of mental illness. Bad luck isn't caused by broken nerves, but by broken minds.
But he can hug. Oh, he's gonna punch me in the face! People shooting through portals. What the heck? Get that deadbolt. I'll get that. Where? Oh, farts. I'm gonna try to no-scope him. And that obviously, it did not work. Whoa, where'd you go? They just like disappeared out of nowhere. What the heck? Oof. Could honestly go any way at this point. Needed swaps back and forth. Want to get up here, but I don't want to. Oh, I blocked my face. Oh, where you? I closed the portal before I even walked through it, stupid. Oh, they got it. Well, first game back in a while. 14 and 12. We're on the positive on that one, so we'll take that. So I think, yeah, just kind of messing around with trying to game and stream from the PC again. Normally I'll kind of jump onto the Xbox at this point, but Splitgate, you got this. What about you out there? Any games currently stuck in your rotation right now? I would say I was stuck on Rematch for a little bit, then went back into something like Power World.
Team Deathmatch. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Just because games like Power World, it was just easy to just chill. And just chilling is fun. Even though it may not be the most exciting thing to watch. Ran out of bullets. couldn't get up there. That was dumb. And that was a waste of a bat. I didn't even get a chance to use it. I was like, he's waiting right there. I wish I had my grenade at that point. You might have fallen a little behind, but still here. Should happen.
New power weapon in the arena.
Oh my gosh. Skapowie. Oh, what? At the end one too. Got him. Oh. By the time I realized he was around me, so I was kind of just sliding through uncontrollably. Let's try to get a little bit more.
Power weapon inbound.
Rally. Well, so much for the rally. That was rough. Try the gun game, see if we cannot just shake it out. Get all loosey goosey with that gun game. Come back up good strong. Maybe we might even try some ranked matches. You never know. Well, if we try some ranked matches, we'll definitely end the stream early. Things keep going the way they're going. All these points, I never bought any of it. I haven't bought this or this. That one's coming later. I might. Who knows? Nobody knows. Definitely utilize all my free points. So the gun game is a free-for-all, I believe. Yep. Alright, so if you are into FPS games, that seems to be on the top of your list for first-person shooters. It's been a while since I played Halo, I'm not gonna lie. That's usually very top of my list, and I have not played that in a while. I saw the Hayabusa armor coming back, and I definitely want to try to pick that back up, see if I can get that in my armory. Oof. That works. Yeah. The trick is to catch people off guard when they're least expecting it, but then at the same time staying on your guard because you're in the middle of a gunfight. They're picking you off just as easily as you're picking other people off. Oh, no way. Punch it down. Oh, I was gonna try to get both. Those are my favorite. When you just go one after another after another. Ah. That's easy. Gun game has been helping me loosen up. Yeah, definitely so bad. Why can I not hit anything? What is going on? Alright. Get back into it. That's not a total. Smash. I'm so sorry, everybody. I lost. So that guy, I guess he's been running into somebody who do very well. We'll try the gun game again. I'll try some of the quick play modes. Okay, strong start. Whew. These precision ones are a little bit harder for me to hit than just the spray and pray. There you go. Got it. I forgot that I was all holding it down like it was going to be a fully automatic. Forgot which gun I had. Spider-Man. Well. Ooh. Time to dive bomb. Ba-bum-ba-dum-bum-bum. Smash. There we go. You done got me. Oh. You didn't have to jump in my face like that. Huzzah. Oof. I was like, let me look out this window and see if I can find somebody. Farts. I was like, pull out the secondary. Precision weapons. Oh, there you go. I'm the best at them, actually. That's what I was about to say. In the face. Oh, in my face. Boop. It's all good. Oh. That was a closer one than the last one, at least. We'll do a couple more games of this, and then maybe we'll try a battle royale, and we'll see how that goes, and then we might call it a night. Kind of sleepy. This one we're going to capture these zones. Oh, that kind of snuck up on me.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1.
They're not.
We're taking C.
New power weapon in the arena.
We're taking B.
Well,
We're scoring in 2 zones. We've got 2 zones. Opponent's got a zone.
it all happens so quick.
Scoring in 2 zones. We just got a zone.
Oh, look what he brought me. Oh, just 2 shots.
Scoring in 2 zones. Opponent's taking A. We're scoring in 2 zones. Scoring in 2 zones.
Okay, we're pretty good. 212, 158.
Taking B.
Speed lost.
You're almost there. You got this. Scoring in 2 zones.
He exploded. So good. Ready for the next round. So we're gonna hold his ground. Smash.
Enemy is scoring in one zone. We've got two zones.
Look at this. Ooh, a full one. See if I can use this thing.
We're taking the lead. Opponent is taking A. We're taking C. Opponent is taking A. Scoring on one zone. Scoring in two.
Dang it.
Scoring in one zone.
Alright, alright. Oh, what's up? What dude? How's it going? How's your night going? How's your night? You just chilling out here? Listening with some split gate after yapping it up. Appreciate you dropping on by. Just trying to hide. Oh. He's like, somebody shoot at us. He's really shooting good stuff. Whoa, are you kidding? This cannot be. Oh yeah, it's like they're everywhere all at once.
We're taking it. Enemy is scoring in two zones. Scoring in one zone. Opponent is taking C. Enemy is scoring in two zones.
Oof.
We've got two zones. Taking C.
They got this. Dang, they're
Enemy is scoring in two zones.
So yeah, we tried it again. Keep messing with it. We'll get some victories. Firecracker one, this should be fun. We'll see. I thought this game would be fun in general tonight, but here we are, losing it up.
They just lit a flashback and clock is ticking to defusing.
Chasing him. Chaos at that point. You got this. You got this. You got this. She's taking that shortcut.
kill. Heating up.
Finally. We playing it out. That was a good one. It's always fun when we win, right? So we've been trying the multi-streaming for a couple of weeks now, and I think it's working out pretty good. Aside from on Kick, getting the bots. Yeah, something. There's such a weird message from the bots too. Like, oh, somebody's talking about you. How dare they? Yes, winning helps. I am eating very healthy chips. Some ASMR spanking and crunching. Here we go.
Power weapon inbound.
Opponent going for a capture.
Sometimes it's not about just getting in there. That was scary. Wow, I was gonna try to pick that up and smack people around with that.
Zone contested.
Your opponent is going for a capture. Watch out, enemy is going for a capture.
Where is my team? What are they doing?
Your opponent is going for a capture.
Ooh. And then some headshots on me on that one.
Teammates attempting a capture. Capture in progress. Turn around. Watch out, enemy is going for a capture. Teammates going for a cap on the stage. Nice. Sign it up. Just lit up now. Capture right on the goal.
Guess you should have been looking right in front of my face.
Going for a capture. Now.
I'm just trying to hang out in there as much as I can. Yeah, I need to take them out before I start jumping in there. Ooh, just had to keep on onslaughting it.
Capture is progress. Hold your ground. Opponent is going for a capture.
Somebody take them out. Let's finish this.
Going for a cap like the NACE.
Oh, boom.
Watch out, enemy is going for a capture. Teammate is going for a cap like the capture underway.
You can't last for more than like 5 seconds, 2 seconds on that thing.
Going for a capture. Teammate is going for a capture.
There you go. Take a multiple out all at once.
Captures the zone. Well done.
Zone is active.
Your opponent is going for a capture.
Where'd you go? He's like disappeared. What the heck?
A teammate is going for a capture. Help them out.
Zone contested. Avenger.
Your opponent is going for a capture.
We are so back.
Oh, they got that one for sure. I was like, I hear somebody chasing me. If they're chasing that hard without shooting, I should have guessed. Cannot punch.
Watch out, enemy is going for a counter.
Get in there!
Watch out, enemies are going for a counter.
How did they put those right in the middle of everything like that? Which can only portals against things.
Great win. All that practice is paying off.
Yeah. We're pretty much like the best in the world. Alrighty, y'all. I gotta take these. Gonna hit a little early tonight. Appreciate those who came on through. Remember, if you support the stream, make sure you like and follow and subscribe in all the spots that you're seeing us at. Check me out over on WordPress, catching up my latest blogs. Check out my link tree for all of my links, socials, exclamation point socials, wherever you're at, you'll be able to pop up that link along with the 15-minute appointment, free appointment that you can start off with and get their calling your career aspects right on track. We will be clipping some things, be back at it again next week. Until then, stay productive gaming.